Okay, can you guys hear me? We're back. Alright, we're gonna try this one. Um, we just had like a stream going a few minutes ago, and it won't stop cutting out and stuff. Like, it got bad, and I'm hoping maybe this will work. But if it doesn't, it's likely because I'm at the school right now. It might just be because of the Wi-Fi here. But I'm gonna try again just because I want to. And if it doesn't work out, I will find out like a whole new solution to this. Um, okay. Alright, we're good. I'm gonna pop back on here. Oh, come on. But it's like, you guys gotta tell me if it's not working. And I will jump in and I will fix that. But yeah, just like, give me some sort of like, I don't know, just like a little warning saying, hey, you lied to me. Like, I can't even open it right now. So that makes me worried. Can you guys see me? We are offline. We are not offline. Okay, hold on. Like, yeah, you can even see it, like, on my thing. We are offline. Alright. No, we're here. We're good. It seems to be working fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get this transferred back over. But, like, seriously, if it goes out again, just let me know. I'm lucky I caught it this time before, like, we went through the whole stream and it was, like, bugging out. But, yeah. Okay, let's get started. So what I was talking about before I got, like, cut off by the thing is, I'm, like, reworked Summer's whole, like, jacket. And what it was open, but her outfit was just, it didn't look right. And it kind of added too much detail that just kind of got crammed together. It was very ugly looking. I think it's better now that I went ahead and made like the choice to remove it. It just kind of helps like tie her design together. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the background. I'm not liking this mannequin setup. I wanted it to be kind of like they were window shopping and like they were walking past, and there's this setup behind them that is kind of representing them. But the more I think about it, it's not working out right. I don't really know how to go about this, and just like the way I had it set up before, like this was not working out for me. So we're gonna go ahead and what we did here is we just kind of went back to her design. We closed it. I added pockets. They're very thick pockets, and I was talking about like I could see her, carrying candy. She's the kind of person, she always has something in her purse that is like helpful. And it's kind of like, that's what I want, but it's more of a pocket. Now, my other bone to pick right now is with him. And that is, I did not set him up to be in a kind of like a winterish, fallish outfit. When I was like made Summer, I put her in this winter coat. Obviously, that was like my mindset going into this. And then I did John, and I did not once consider like, oh, he's probably gonna need a coat or some sort of jacket, especially since like between him and Summer, he's usually more prepared on this front. So we could like, you could easily say like, oh, Summer is just dressing up for the fun of it. John wasn't necessarily prepared, because the whole point is that they're walking in this rain. She's obviously using this like umbrella to shelter them like this. And with how many wrinkles I kind of added, I'm thinking, maybe he's like getting soaked, because I can't imagine holding an umbrella like this would be as helpful for them. But I don't know. Let's go ahead and get back into this. Um, Now I'm kind of worried about how much more rendering I'm gonna have to do. Oh, I gotta go back. Oh yeah, 'cause I gotta go back and fix you, darken you guys up. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and that's her smile. That's the umbrella. I also don't have a design in mind for the umbrella yet. I just kind of was like, I'll figure it out. And figuring out I've not done. Why does this not feel? Something ain't right there, guys. Oh, the thing that wasn't right is that I wasn't on the, that is not the right brush. Oh my god. Okay. I was not on the right brush. Okay, that explains it. But yeah, we're just kind of gonna try to make it look similar. At least with my rendering style, I think I can hide pretty well that this like came in afterward. But at least that's how I feel. I'm just kind of gonna color pick and blend stuff in. So how have you guys been? I know I did like a live stream a few days ago. I kind of did it. Well, I always do all my streams unprompted just because I rely more on, I feel like streaming versus a prepared, I'm gonna stream every day. Because obviously, today, if my like issues keep continuing, that wouldn't be very good for my career to go. We're gonna stream every day and then not being able to. But I kind of just like, I haven't been making as much content as I wanted to. And so I was like, how can I fix this problem? Well, I can live stream it. And it kind of gets people to like, it gets me to talk about more of my projects. That's what I was doing with the sewing one, is that I was able to sit down and talk about what I was doing easier than what I was doing just in like those short 2-minute videos. Speaking of that project, I need to get onto it because it's due Monday. And chat, I have not been working on it. I got this really bad finger pain, and it was like cramping my hand up so badly. And I was like, oh no, that's not very good. And like I'm kind of blanking, but like I kind of didn't want to do it, and then I've just been pushing back on stuff. I got such a giddy little story to tell y'all. So oh shoot, when was it? Over the weekend, I decided I was gonna stay in my dorm all weekend. I wasn't gonna go home at all. I know how like brave of me, making my family not suffer by being there. But it's because I stayed for National Portfolio Day, and I was helping around it. I think I talked about this in the sewing one. The sewing stream is deleted now. I didn't like it. It didn't come out very good. But like But I was like, I'm gonna go join a few websites. Because that's my problem entering college has been like, I'm just not good at making friends. And I kind of struggled with it. Um, but I wanted to get out there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go on this website, obviously. And I like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted by stuff, and there's like, I have my water bottle over here because my throat's been kind of dry lately, and there's a bump on it, and I was like, oh my, that better not be a bug. It's not. It's not. It's part of the bottle. I saw a giant fucking cockroach earlier. It was kind of freaky because it was huge, and I just kept seeing it, and then it disappeared. But like when I first noticed it, it was by my stuff, and so I'm hoping like it didn't do nothing to my backpack. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'll get back to my story. So I decided I was like, I'm gonna join the site, and I joined quite a few. And the thing about these things is like I never stay on there super long, mostly because I go through like, well, number one, old men will come and be weird to me, and it always kind of pushes me away. But the other thing is usually just like I get guilty. Like I have this idea that like talking to people, I'm not allowed to do that. So I try to avoid it as much as possible, and it makes me feel very guilty talking to people because all I can think about is like, hey, that's not allowed. Um, and so like that was my mindset. Is I was like, okay, I feel like guilty for like talking to these people. Um, and this guy was on my thing, and I was like, okay, he's probably gonna be like everybody else, but he's from like the Indianapolis area. I was like, okay, I'm from there. You're the first person I've met who's actually from Indianapolis. So I checked out his bio and stuff. He like I was like, okay, he seems all right. Didn't really catch my eye, and then like he has his favorite book listed as The Outsiders. The Outsiders, as in The Outsiders by S.E. Hilton, a book I loved. I read it when I was in like 7th grade, and it just like it stayed with me forever. Um, and just it comes back to me every year. And so I just recently gotten back into this like phase of it, and I was like reading fan fictions and stuff, and I was like, okay, I really wanted to watch this movie, and I was like, okay, well, what else? And like his favorite TV shows are the same as mine, movie type of music. I was like, oh my god, this guy is actually like normal. Not many people are like that here. So I was like, okay, I found this like normal guy. Um, and I messaged him, and he's like, oh, and I even kind of told him like, oh, you caught my attention because we like a lot of the same things. He's like, okay, and then we started talking, and it was more than just like a few things. It was literally everything. And dude, I have never felt so attached to a guy before. Like, not even just a guy, like a human. I used to make jokes about like this one girl at my college was like my soulmate because we just got along so well. But this dude is like on the second day of knowing him, I had to like tell him about Plato's theory on soulmates and this concept that Zeus tore people in half for being bad humans and, separated them, and that it's like when you meet your soulmate, you're meeting the other half. And he was like, yeah, that seems right. Usually when I say these kind of things, people look at me like I'm crazy, but this dude is just like living for it, I guess. Which one did I have this on? I think I don't like that. But we both like The Outsiders. And I was telling him, like, I just got back into this phase. He's like, really? Yeah. And so for like our first date, he's like, "Do you wanna, I don't know, watch this movie?" So, what was it? It wasn't yesterday. It was like the day before. Yeah, the day before. What was that? Wednesday. We like stayed up late and we watched The Outsiders on Discord. And then later today, some point this weekend, we're gonna watch the actual like musical version. So I just want to throw that out there, like guys, I'm doing something right now. You guys probably aren't that interested. I think I'm like, my friends are super excited because one of the guys I used to date just started going out with somebody and he had posted it on his Discord. And I was like, yo, that's actually so funny because, like, the same thing is happening to me right now. And, dude, I mean, like, I'm actually so thrilled. I think this is the first time in such a long time that I've actually been, like, happy. So take that as you will. I'm not liking these colors. I don't know what it is. Like, her color palette is just getting to me. I might need to reverse it. I went, like, that dark blue, obviously. But that's still, like, the same thing there. Oh my god. Hold on. I cannot figure this out. I don't know. I also decided to live stream because, like, I'm waiting for him to get off work, and then, man, we're gonna, like, I don't know. I'm so excited. I've never been this excited before. I cannot figure this color palette out no matter how hard I try. Like, I don't know. It's just like something about this is getting to me. I need to fix this up here. I don't know why that never fully got colored in. That's pretty easy. All I'm gonna do is just kind of replicate what I have going on here. I'm just gonna match it in tone. See? It was an easy fix. But this still leads to the question, like, how do I do her color palette? Because, like, I feel like I've made everything down here too blue. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of, yeah, we're gonna get rid of these two because it's like I said, it wasn't really working out the way I hoped it would. Oh, that's not right. Oh man, where are you guys at? Here you are. This is why people usually name their files and stuff. I don't. I like the thrill of having to see, like, search for everything. There you are. Come on, I just deleted you. Alright. Yeah, we'll get rid of you. And now, shoot. Yeah. Okay. Um, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and, like, go back to the walls and stuff. And just kind of cover up where they were. That way, it'll make it, like, easier to get away with hiding it and stuff. Oh yeah, I see. I shouldn't have done that there. We're going to want to cover that up with the floor, but that'll be easy too, because that's just down here. I'm thinking I'm going to cover this up in posters. I really wasn't liking this like mannequin look. I've had this idea in my head for a while, but I just cannot get it to come out right. But yeah, like, it just seems so empty now. And I think the other solution to this is going to be getting rid of that floor and just like making it a solid color. So yeah, we're gonna pop that out. And I don't like this super, like, it's not my favorite thing. And I think it's because it looks very plain now. But I prefer this, like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, I would prefer it to be blank and kind of boring compared to just, like, rough. Um, and then, like, doing that. I think this color needs to be changed. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Um, I'm thinking, because there's a lot of blue going on, and I think that's also what's clashing with her, especially when we start adding stuff in like the rain. So I'm gonna go ahead and like come back in. Green might actually be a good color to like. So we're gonna like lighten it up. And then once we add like the window there. See, now I'm thinking, it doesn't have to be a window, it could be the side of the building. I'm like in deep thought because I've struggled with this all week. I've been like constantly picking and choosing, and I'm liking this idea of just it being the outside of one more than it being like the actual window. Thank you. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just let's try green. We can even like see if that brings it to life more. Like, ugh. I'm hesitating now. We're gonna come back in. And I think one of the big things that's kind of making it feel so ugly is that I didn't go through and render the background. I usually save all of that for once I start working on it. But right now, obviously, I want to figure out some colors. People are yelling down the hallway. So that's where I think like I'm so focused on trying to fix this. I think this is gonna have to be dark. I don't like that color. Actually, I'm gonna like throw this because I plan on like coming in and like doing this to it to really like help with like the rain. And so I think by doing this we can like figure out what makes this blend in. I gotta brighten that. Cause like that's what I do is I pay attention to like the values and stuff. So obviously we can see that like even looking at this from the computer screen versus the tablet, certain stuff kind of blends in. Like Summer's hair kind of blends in. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. And then like even rendering her, I feel like she still kind of blends in. Uh, okay. So I'm gonna keep this on while I explore and stuff. Oh God, don't do that. Let's see. We could go for more of a yellow building. Oh. Kind of looking at this like, because now I'm thinking, but like I've said, like I'm jumping back and forth on so many thoughts that maybe it needs to be more of a contrast, and because I'm using so much like blue and purple, I'm thinking yellow is our solution. But we don't have a lot of good yellows. That's gonna be way too bright. Although it does make them stand out more. But we're also looking at it like this. But like I'm still not liking that. That's gonna be too dark. Maybe something like this is like generally what I need. Um, and then once I actually get in there and start rendering, it's gonna look better because it's gonna be more collected and stuff. That's what I'm hoping. We're gonna stick with this, and then we're just kind of gonna come in and I keep saying we're done, but oh no, no, I am thinking though. And I know I keep saying that y'all need to start taking shots every time I say the word I'm thinking, because if we add in that yellow highlight, then it stays very familiar and just kind of like consistent color, and it looks good with the gradient on and off. I think it's working well, but what I do think, I think I need to brighten the blue a bit, because now it's kind of, we got a nice contrast going, but it kind of like blurs it in. You did leave when I did say it, but I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I'm just gonna repeat that. uh, but I think I'm kind of gonna come in and